Today we're going to explore Arches National Park in Utah. Hi, this is Jim from RV4x40.com. We're glad you could join us today on the channel. We're going to take a look at Arches National Park in Utah. This park gets its name, of course, from the abundance of natural stone arches that occur in the area. In fact, Arches contains the largest concentration of stone arches in the world, and is a very unique set of geology that created this. At one time, the Colorado Plateau, where Arches is located, was deep underwater. There was an ocean over top of this part of the world a couple of different times at least. One of those times, as the sea receded, it left a very large layer of salt behind as the water evaporated. Eventually, the sea came back and formed other layers of sandstone over top of this particular set of salt. And as the plateau was elevated up by tectonic action, the weight of the sedimentary rock on top actually turned the layer of salt liquid. And so parts of the overlying sediment were able to fall down and create valleys, and other parts were left behind, creating the tall spires and other stone structures that you still see today. The layers of sedimentary rock are clearly evident in this part of Utah, as well as other places. You can see layer upon layer of different kinds of rock formed over millions and millions of years. With time, as these spires were exposed to water creeping into the layers, and the water would freeze and thaw, and this action would create holes in the rock, would create pieces of rock would fall off, in some cases leaving actual holes in these spires. You'll still see some small holes today that have been created by the same action over a relatively recent period as geology goes. With time and additional water freezing and thawing and wind, these holes become enlarged until eventually you get a stone arch. And many of these are still around today, and you'll see them. The most famous arch probably in the world, the most photographed arch, is Delicate Arch. It's the end of a long hike through the rocks. Not particularly difficult hike, but you do have to spend some time to get there. So once the arches have formed like this and these holes continue to expand, and then eventually the hole gets big enough, the rock is no longer able to support the weight of the arch across the top. The arch falls, leaving the spires behind. In time, you will see something like the balanced rock in this particular park, which is a large rock on a relatively spindly looking column of stone beneath of it. That stone will be there for perhaps 1,000,000 more years, perhaps 1,000 more years, and the next earthquake may knock it down, but eventually the rock will fall and be just part of the rubble on the floor. So this happens over eons and eons of time, so it's not something you can see. But today you can go visit Arches National Park and see these delicate spires and see these delicate arches, and have a chance to visit with some very unique parts of geology.
seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. 'Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. You had great patience, but something knocked you out. You felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now and don't let your eyes off the prize. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it.
That's our look at Arches National Park. We hope you enjoyed the video as much as we had fun in the park and spending time walking around and taking the pictures and the videos that you were able to see. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel. That does help us out. And beside the subscribe button, there's a little bell icon. If you click on that, you'll be notified by email when we post a new video, which we try to do on Thursday of every week. In the meantime, we hope you'll join us as we travel the highways and byways of America. Remember, as you drive around, keep her between the ditches.